Welcome to Storytime with Tallulah. Today's reading comes from r/Think I Effed Up. Our first story is titled, Think I Effed Up by Not Muting Myself in an Online Class. So I have a parrot and online classes. We are not required to have video in the online class, so we just connected our microphones. Today my bed was extremely comfortable, and I got up at 10 a.m. to join the online meeting in Zoom. My bed started calling me. I effing felt it. I joined and didn't mute myself. Normally I'd mute myself because I have a parrot. My parrot is an Indian ringneck, and those things are loud as F. I decided to fall asleep through the whole class as my bed felt so good. Only after I woke up an hour after the class, I realized I was still in the meeting with an unmuted microphone. I texted one of my classmates and they told me they couldn't have a normal class and the teacher didn't know how to kick me out. They also said they tried talking with the parrot and they told me to say hello and what you doing, and then proceeded to repeat okay for the duration of the class. Too long, didn't read. I joined my online class, forgot to mute myself, slept, and my parrot was screaming all throughout it. Edit. Talked with my teacher to explain her what the heck was going on, and she told me she hadn't muted me because she wanted to have fun with the parrot. I guess teachers can get lonely in such depressing times. Oh wow, well I'm glad you didn't get in trouble for that. Our next story is titled, Think I Effed Up by Accidentally Texting My Husband. This was not actually today, but it was recent enough that I thought I'd share. My husband, my cat, and I are chilling, and suddenly my husband farts. Large. Seemingly as a reaction, with perfect timing and a traumatized facial response, my cat gets up and ditches. I start cracking up and immediately text my sister. Ha ha ha, husband name farted and cat name left. But it turns out I accidentally texted my husband instead of my sister about himself farting. He opens the text and shows it to me. I am utterly confused for a moment about how he has this text. Then it registers that I texted him making fun of him, and I started cracking up even harder. My pregnant self got slightly but completely loses bladder control. Uh-oh. Now, every time I make fun of my husband, he says, "Are you gonna text me about it? Or alternatively, are you gonna pee about it?" Too long, didn't read. I meant to text my sister making fun of my husband, but mistakenly texted my husband making fun of my husband. I followed up by providing further fodder for his comebacks. Edit awards. Wow, thanks everyone. That's a funny story. Our next story is titled, Think I Effed Up by Shopping While Stoned. So this morning I smoked a joint, then went to the store with the intention of only getting a couple things. As I walked through the store though, I started to get a little paranoid about the virus. With me touching the cart handle, seeing people in masks, plexiglass in front of the cashiers, announcements over the speakers to maintain distance from people, so I started stocking my cart up with produce, cans, and frozen food. Then, when I'm approaching the cashier, I suddenly remember that I effing walked there, and that's why I was only going to get a few things. And since I was already approaching her and made eye contact, there was no turning back. So I carried a crap ton of bags of cans and frozen meat to the house a little over a mile away. My shoulders still hurt. Oh, and it started drizzling on my way home. Too long, didn't read. Got paranoid about the pandemic and stocked up on heavy food, forgetting I had to walk home. That's unfortunate, but you got a good workout in. I'm sure it all worked out. Our next story is titled, Think I Effed Up by Slapping My Girlfriend on the Rump in front of my 4-year-old. This occurred about a month ago. My girlfriend was in the kitchen cooking, unbeknownst to me. My 4-year-old son was sitting at the dinner table having a snack. I walked out of the bedroom up to my girlfriend and gave her a good atta-girl slap on the rump. My son immediately perks up. Hey, you hit blank, why? Thinking I was a bit of a wit that can straddle the line between innuendo and educating my son, I replied, she's a bad girl. Sometimes bad girls need a slap, while giving my girlfriend a sleazy old wink. My son nods sagely while my GF just rolls her eyes. End of story as far as I'm concerned. Not so. The next day, my ex-wife got a call from preschool asking both parents to come in and see the principal. Apparently, my son's poor old teacher had told him to put away the toys as it was time for another activity. Unsatisfied with this direction, my son went up to his teacher and gave her a big whomp on the cheek. When asked why you did that, my son's reply was, because you are a very, very bad girl, you need a slap. Cue awkward explanation of my domestic habits to my ex-wife and son's principal. I welcome self-isolation. Too long, didn't read. Had to explain why I slapped my girlfriend on the butt to my son's principal and ex-wife. Edit. I appreciate those who see this scenario as what it was. I know I effed up, I acknowledge as much by posting in this sub. However, I disagree that somehow that makes me a bad parent. A few of you have taken the opportunity to message me to tell me that I've failed my kid, I should lose custody, or that I routinely go around slapping women because I'm some misogynistic butt bandit. Our family have a great sense of humor, and I routinely mess around with my son. He's smart enough, usually, to get when I'm being serious or when I'm just messing around. We've since had a good chat, and now my son knows that the incident is just a joke between my girlfriend and I, but that I shouldn't have done it in front of him, and he certainly should not do it to anyone else. He gets it. All parties are happy, not the end of the world. Hope you all are keeping safe and staying isolated. Our next story is titled, Think I Effed Up by Accidentally April Fooling Myself. Today, I, a 20-year-old female, effed up. I took a pregnancy test. I checked the results and compared them to the examples instructions online and saw that I was pregnant. I told my boyfriend and we both agreed that an abortion was the most responsible course of action given many reasons. I was panicking, crying while calling different doctors' offices to see who would see me and what insurance would cover. They wouldn't cover any of it, so I'd have to pay $800 out of pocket for the pills, and it'd take 3 doctor's visits. I knew I wouldn't be able to go to the clinic that's an hour away 3 times in 1 week to do it privately without my anti-abortion family knowing because of the pandemic lockdown. I was upfront and told my mom what was happening, and she said she didn't support it, but she wouldn't kick me out. She told my stepdad, and my boyfriend proceeded to tell his group chat the news. One of his friends was then confused by the picture and said that it was negative, not positive. So I went and found the paper instructions, which was the exact opposite of the information online, so the test was actually negative. Needless to say, everyone was relieved by the good news, and I have finally stopped panic crying. Too long didn't read. My emotional, panicking, dumb butt read the wrong result instructions and thought I was pregnant, resulting in lots of doctor's calls, telling my anti-abortion family I was going to get one, and my boyfriend telling his friends he wasn't sterile. I April Fools myself. Edit. I've been consistently taking the pill since 2018. Only breaks are a week long for a period. No period happened this time. Common if on the pill for an extended period of time, hence tests. Edit 2.0. No, I didn't cheat on my BF. The sterile conspiracy is mentioned in the comments. What up? I'm 20 and I never effing learned how to read. Our next story is titled, Think I Effed Up by Not Wearing Pants. I needed to top up some groceries while our stores have stock, and while I'm at it, I might as well grab a bunch of stuff. I ordered over $300 of groceries, so it was a lot. And because I'm very committed to quarantining, I opted for the drop-off at the front door and please don't talk to me delivery option. Works for me since I'm not wearing a bra, only a tank and boy shorts. Get a notification on my phone that my groceries have been delivered. A little weird that they didn't even ring the doorbell, but oh well, stealth delivery really means business. I step outside, no groceries anywhere in sight. I'm like, okay, I wasn't even sure what to do. Did my driver run away with my goods? I don't even know at this point. As I'm squinting off into the horizon under the blazing sun, I notice a woman outside of her house down the road from me with her hands on her hips staring at a huge pile of groceries someone had left on her porch. So I'm running down the road holding my boobs so they don't bounce in my face and blinding the passerbys with my glowing white legs and butt. I'm like, stop, those are my groceries. A little surprised by the aggression in my voice. Where did that come from? It's not like she's stealing them. She's like, oh, okay. I'll help you bring them to your door. Her teenage son helped too. It took the 3 of us 3 full trips to get everything to my house, with my bum hanging out and my boobs dragging on the ground. I know they were wondering how it's possible someone could be so white that they're almost translucent and still have a butt even whiter yet. I get home, thank her and her son for their help, and apologize for the mix-up. She eyes my Oreos and comments how she wishes she had some Oreos. I probably should have offered them to her for helping, but I didn't. I need Oreos. We're in a global pandemic. Hello? I'm sweating like a man, boobs chafed from dragging on the sidewalk because of my lack of bra, and mortified my entire neighborhood has now seen what I look like without clothes on. I get inside, see my phone has a million missed calls from my husband and a message saying, answer me. 7-year-old son's name is crying and says you were kidnapped. I find my 7-year-old hugging my 2-year-old hiding in my room, both crying. 7-year-old said he saw me being taken down the road in my underwear with 2 people he had never seen before. So now I just got finished disinfecting all my groceries, but it probably doesn't even matter. I've been stuck inside my house for weeks with no contact with the outside world, only to have my neighbors touch all my stuff, breathe within 6 feet of me, all while parading practically naked through my neighborhood like the troll op I am. Too long didn't read. I had Walmart deliver my groceries and I wasn't wearing any pants. They delivered them to the wrong house, so I ran down the road in my underwear. My kids called my husband and told them I was being kidnapped with no clothes on. Edit. This was meant to be lighthearted, and I think some of you excitably a lot are taking this way too serious. I'm not hoarding food. For those of you who don't know how much it costs to feed an entire family for 2 weeks, well, now you do. I put the package of Oreos and a thank you note on their doorstep later in the day just for your information. Thanks for the awards and to the people who got my humor. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing and hit that bell for notifications so you know when more videos come out. Thank you all for your continued support. If you'd like to join the Discord, we have the links in the description below. We have an awesome community and it's a lot of fun. Also, all of my other social media links are in the description as well if you'd like to follow me there. Thank you again. Hope you all are staying safe. We will get through this. And with that being said, we will see you next time.